Okay.
Nice. Oh, Danny's here. Hey.
All right, guys. So here's the deal. Let's try to keep this kind of short because there's a lot to talk about. But we're wrapping up from Clan Wars, long season. Not our best. I saw some promise here and there, but overall, it was a pretty disappointing season. Kind of setting us up for to be questionable if we're ready for the next one. So that being said, we need to make a lot of changes now. There's been a lot of talk about what those changes exactly will entail, and that's kind of what we're going to discuss right now. But there's a wide range of possibilities, and so basically it could range just from like making sure that all our guys come along to actually creating like a sub clan. There's been some talk of that, so I don't know. I just kind of want to get a feeling for where people are with that. I know we also need to talk about officer positions. What each role does and who deserves it. I don't know. Does anybody have anything they want to say about? Let's start with Clan Wars. Let's get a few comments and points about the season. That I know a couple people have some things they want to say.
This is Charlie. I don't know what order you want to go in, but I just wanted to say that we just got together and I think we did fairly well. I mean, not the greatest, but I mean, we can do better, but just getting thrown together like we did, it was, I think we did, fairly well. Um, there's a few other things that I wanted to bring up, but I didn't know what order we were going in, so I'll just give it up for now.
I mean, why not just bring it up?
Hey,
Just
wake
talk
up.
about it.
Okay. Tell you the truth, I got a brain fart, so hold on.
It's okay. It's Alzheimer's.
I think it's setting in.
All right. I mean, there have been some comments about our calls and things like that, our strats, and we obviously need to have. We need to basically what we've decided is we need to basically put like all our callers together and have them do like a strat library so that if we ever need to like send in somebody who's not one of our best callers, we'll at least have the best strat to send them in with. So
Okay. Yeah. That's. I just remembered part of it.
okay.
We have an off season coming up, so I would like to see us to continue to do like skirmishes and stuff together, and just try to build like team. Good. Just do skirmishes, 8s to 8, sixes, and build a good strategy together. Get to know each other, and I think that would be a good thing.
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah, guys, in my opinion, I joined this clan. When I joined a clan, it's not because I want to have fun, because I want to have a challenge. I like to see the clan winning. I like to see the clan improving. I put all my effort in it. So far, I gotta admit, I haven't put much effort on it because I kind of like not left out, but kept on the side. My theory, and always I stand by it, the best strategy is to win any game, whether it's clan or scrimmage, is to have training. The kind of training I'm talking about is not how to shoot, is not how to angle, it's how to create scenario and strategy and try it out and see it's work because we did one, two, three. It didn't work. Let's change. This is the only way to go and win a battle. And I gotta admit also, I have a problem with certain callers when somebody stick by the rule and some other don't stick by the rule. If I happen to act in my own a certain situation, which is I understand, maybe I shouldn't, but give the player his
Did
chance.
everybody just quit talking?
No, Bass is
No,
still
we're
here.
listening.
Yeah, yeah. Give a chance to the player to do his best, and nothing against anybody. I just want to bring a particular scenario. For example, we were at the game. I'm not criticizing everybody. I'm trying to improve communication with the rest of the clan. A certain scenario, Apollo was the caller. I was in the side, I reset, I killed two guys, and Apollo asked me to involve in the game, like to involve in this. And when I tried to do my strategy, he telling me not to do it that way. So that's a conflict, you know, he's limiting my ability. So when we go in training, you know, we could all encompass that. We could do work on the stretch, and we could also again and again and again. The most important thing is to build a strategy. How are we going to attack? How are we going to defend? I keep repeating myself about this point, but this is the most important thing. And one last thing is we have a lot of resources in this clan. I noticed we have a lot of members. We could take advantage of it. We could do a lot more by organizing things, by working together, by communicating together, by implementing a lot of strategies inside the training room.
Yeah, I like that, and that's something that we've been talking about. You know, we have we posted our A team, and there was some like drama over that about people not making the cut who thought they should, and all this. But
That was me. You can just say it. That was me.
no, trust me, a lot of people. A lot of people
yeah.
approached me. I modified that room a couple times without, you know, much stink. I don't know, hopefully not.
Where did we even post that?
It's in the TeamSpeak. There's a channel for it
Under
below.
World of Warships.
Hey,
Under
Whelan.
World of Warships.
What's up?
Oh, okay.
Can you post in there too the way you selected that team so people understand what you did?
That's in there. Kind of.
Yeah, I mean,
It is
it's
kinda,
average
but
damage basically.
It's yeah, but it's
Average
kinda
damage in
sketchy.
clan wars and stuff.
Yeah,
Right, and
but you
advanced.
just-
Yeah.
left your
Yeah,
channel.
but you need to be more specific so everybody understands
Buddy
what they
joined
need to
your
improve
channel.
on to get to that point. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. And
Buddy
I
joined
mean,
your
look,
channel.
dudes, and I'm nowhere near the best player in this game or this clan. But the easiest thing to do is just be realistic with yourself about how you perform, not only in clan wars but random battles, advances, everything, and what you're doing on a regular basis and what everybody else is doing. And when a team is selected, don't get all butthurt at the people that select it. They're trying to do the best thing that they can do to win, and instead look towards why, ask yourself, why didn't I get, and what do I have to do to get better, if that's what you want to do. You don't even have to want to do that. Like, some people are casual players, and that's cool, but if you want to be competitive, and then just do better.
well,
And
and
if
don't
you
be
don't
offended
know-
where you fall on the depth chart.
Right, and if you need help to get better, get with guys like Whelan and Ricardo and say, hey, I don't know what I need to work on. Can we random up together? You could tell me how I'm trading. I mean, you should know if you're going out to shoot at somebody and you don't pen and you get shot 3 times and you're dead, and that happens regularly, you need to adjust your strategy. There's things you need to work on. Get with better players if you really don't know what you're doing wrong, and say, what am I doing wrong? If you want to get better. I mean, it is just a video game, so it's not really that important that you get better unless you want to. But if that's all, don't get mad about it. Just get better at it. And just work with guys that are clearly better statistically than you are and have better results, and say, what can I do to improve?
Buddy joined
and you'll get
your
better.
channel.
Well,
it's
and
just
it's going to be
systematic.
it's going to be kind of formal. I think we need to make a more formal system of it. We need to have like a
That's
buddy
true,
system.
but it's
We need to
also gonna be
assign
on the-
people.
It's also going to be on the person to want to get better.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And the easiest way to do that is to get with somebody that's clearly better than you are and have them help you. And then you'll just keep working on the techniques they show you, because it's not going to happen instantly, but it will continue to build, and you'll start to have more and more success, and the game will kind of open up to you because you're trying new things and it's going to work, and there's a thing on Reddit. You don't even have to use somebody in our clan that they do like every quarter adopt tomato, and that doesn't mean that you're a tomato. It's just a facetious thing, and there's guys from all the top clans that participate, and they're all nice people, and they'll help you. When I did it the first time, I had like a 800 win 8, and it's gone up tremendously, and it was because somebody from Whelan, that was a pretty cool dude, he took me in and helped me learn how to play my tanks better, introduced me to some better players that I used to platoon with a lot that they've gotten out of tanks, unfortunately. But it it helps you become more aware of what's going on and what you're doing wrong, because the easiest thing is to get pissed off because you didn't get selected, but the hardest thing to do is say, all right, what am I doing to not get selected? That's the hard part.
Yeah,
Alright, so
to
who
go off of
wants to
that
start
too.
training with Pyro?
Yeah, so to go off of that, I'm also building like not for lack of a better term, not to sound like a faggot, a curriculum for people that need um, help with the game and don't want to do the hard work on their own by finding the videos. So I'm just finding a bunch of videos that are super applicable to like getting better techniques and advanced things that you guys can watch. And I hope that everybody watches it, because if certain players, I don't know, I was kind of talking to Whelan about this. We might just assign it to certain players, and I'll be a faggot and I'll literally build a quiz out of it, and we'll test you on it. Because if you want to be in this clan, you should be actively trying to get better, and that goes for literally everybody. Nobody's at like the top tier level anyway, right? Some of us are better.
Yeah.
Shit
Twitch
can,
is
I'm
a
always trying
good
to get better.
resource.
So yeah,
You learn a lot from watching people on Twitch.
yeah, no, that's like, exactly. So I'm putting links in to literally all sorts of videos, popular Twitch streamers, shit like that.
Watch basically every Living Rush video.
Absolutely.
So, Bass was talking about, we need training for specific strategies and such, not learning how to shoot an angle. I think that's a very dangerous thought to have. We do need the strategy, but a lot of people do need to learn to play their tank. We had 15 to 20 people who did less than 1,000 damage per game during Clan Wars. We're not going to win consistently with that.
I agree
So
with you.
thinking that we
Thank
don't
you.
need to play our tanks better, that's dangerous. We're not going to go anywhere with that.
Right.
I mean, I
Yeah.
agree with you when I'm sorry to interrupt you. I agree with you, but what I meant by training is involve everything, not only how to angle.
That's
your
yeah.
tank,
I think what's been Bass to go off that, man. We've all been talking about that, about ways we can actively do it better. But when we have these training rooms and nobody shows up, and then when they do show up, we don't really get much done. We're just trying to come up with, for lack of a
Quick
better
ways to
word.
show you one thing
Exactly.
so you can digest it easily.
Yes, that's kind of like our goal, to show like one.
Maybe the
Yeah,
one who,
yeah,
maybe
and
the one
that's
who,
what these that's what
maybe
these
the one who
videos are
show,
for.
maybe the one who, I'm sorry, maybe the one who show up for training, maybe those the one who are to be considered whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the
Y-
18
you know,
exactly.
Committed.
No doubt.
commitment and all that, it doesn't float. I mean, you could commit 100%, but if you're not coming in to help win because you don't know what the hell you're doing, then you might as well be an empty spot. So you need to know the basics of
Yeah, I
angling
know.
and shooting, and there's too many, like, to go back, there's way too many shots and misses, or shots and non-pens and throughout the entire roster. And whenever you go through these freaking end plates, guys are just, I don't know if they're auto aiming or have no idea where to aim at these tier 10s, but
And
there's
quick.
way too many guys that aren't doing they're dying, they're getting off shots, and they're not doing damage. And that is not good. And that starts out with A, team training in a training room, B, improving your overall stats, because that means you're actually applying what you're learning while you're out doing your random battles, so that when you come in to do clan functions, you're a productive player. And to say that overall stats and shit don't matter, they fucking do. They do. So
Yeah, stats didn't matter. Go play to Mahu and see if you
going
get
on
in.
like all this we need to practice strategy. Dude, strategies don't work if you can't pen anybody and you don't know how to play your tank.
Right.
And so that's just we need to go with the basics for a lot of players.
And
that's what these videos are going to be aimed to do too. So I mean, it's going to supplement everything that we can't teach you. And like watching these guys and watching them in the first person should show you just pretty much how to pin any tank. I mean, I know like there's the 270 where you can only pin like the two cheeks, but I mean, there's going to be a video in there to pin that, because there's shit that tank. Once you learn how to pin it, it's not a problem in any capacity.
And I
What tank? No, hold on. What tank did you say was
let
hard to pin?
Ricardo let Ricardo talk, and then
real quick, I just want to like build off of this and what Scott's been saying in the chat, because his mic's broken right now. So, like he's saying, follow the caller even if you have to die. And to some degree, yeah. But ideally, I want you guys to be playing more like a Mahau and less like fucking Cab. Like what was it, Cabra? Like,
Yeah.
I need you guys to follow the calls, but ideally I want you to be able to fucking think for yourselves, guys. Like, in Mahau, they basically they call the start and they call important things like we really need to take this side of the map. But for the most part, they let their players play. And like, the players will communicate with each other. Hey, need some assistance over here. Can you reposition to, get crossfires or whatever? And they'll talk to each other. They know what's going on. They know positioning and all that. And ideally, I want you guys to get that good. I know it's probably not going to happen before the next summer season, but like we can get partially the way there. So.
Yeah, based off of that too, like you guys saw, by no means am I like a caller or like able to call any maps, but I mean, once you get to a certain skill level, you're able to recognize parts on the map that the caller might not be able to see from his position, and call things out and give him suggestions, and like that makes a fucking world of difference when we're trying to win.
Right.
Can I? I just want one little thing to say is that everyone basically, if you can all lose your like, what's it called, if you think that you're the best, don't. Just try the rooms, training rooms. Look at some of the videos, please. That way we can get our base level up. Because for the most part, everyone who's not in the A team, you're basically our baseline. Right? It'd be kind of nice to get that baseline up a little bit if we could. I don't know if.
Like, even Whelan's like one of our best players, and I showed him a video a couple days ago of like the spotting mechanics just to refresh, and I don't know if that actually taught you Whelan, but there was like
yeah,
a point on
it's
time.
that box about it's what needs to be in a bush. That's what I learned from that the best.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's still stuff to learn for all
Oh
of us.
yeah, holy shit, and like little map positioning too.
For calling, like, I'm basically a retard, and I would have probably lost that if Cosby didn't give me a suggestion, because that's typically how it goes.
That was a huge thing from Cos there.
Right.
Sure.
If something doesn't quite go my way, sometimes I'll adapt really well, but sometimes I won't. So.
Yeah, Woot makes their own videos that even tell you how to play.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's a very, very complicated game, and so
it's not very simple. Yeah.
There's more to it than just shooting and
driving
around, and so that's the thing. That's where there's so many like Himmelsdorf is an easy map because you don't really need to worry about any of the advanced features that this game has.
Like spotting mechanics, push.
Exactly, because it's a fucking city. It's small, and you just basically run into each other. So I mean, that's at least we're able to hold our own consistently on that map. That's a good thing. And these harder maps that we get our asses reamed on, like Westfield and stuff, like those are the maps that we need to be trying to play more, because once we get that figured out, that'll be better for everybody.
To some degree, I agree with you, but I also would like to win next Clamor season.
Oh yeah. I'm talking about like just coming up here, advances and whatnot. This I would like to
this off
do
season
well.
too. I mean, with all the advances we do, the A team's gonna grow. It's like the A team isn't just 15 players. I mean, I think Whelan's envisionment of it is larger than that. And
at the
I mean,
current rate,
what we want is we want 2 A teams. We want 2 A teams, and that way we can utilize, because we normally have 2 decent colors. We have Shadow and then somebody do stuff, and then we're gonna be able to get a lot of fame points.
Another thing is learn the callers, who they are, what they think,
Well, and you know what? That maybe I was gonna wait to bring this up later, but maybe it'd be a good time now. I was gonna say, you guys all know the Great One he's not in the clan right now, but he's obviously a really good caller. He's he's right on Shadow's level. The two of them are like miles ahead of anybody else we have, and so. I mean, yeah. If we could get the both of them running back-to-back teams in the next season, we have a great chance. I mean, if everybody just listens and does their thing, follows the call, we have a great chance. So
I got to step up and say that Airthorn's pretty damn good.
Oh, he is. Oh, I agree. You're right. Actually, you're right. Yeah, I take that back. So there's the 3 of them. I'm not on that level.
Technically, those are the people that just call all the time.
Well, right.
What if somebody who's really
There's a
good,
reason they
nobody
call all
calls?
the time though, because like I don't know, like I'm a fucking very, very, you just don't have that they do. It's
I
just
like to call. If I'm not calling and we lose, then I feel like it's probably my fault.
I can't call. I don't
Well,
have the time.
So what I wanted to bring up is I want to create like I want to basically chip in. I want to have everybody kind of donate for. We've done it once before, like to kind of like a signing bonus for Great One, and we could do something also for Shadow and Arathorn maybe as like as our primary callers. Just a little like old pack, whatever, like a Christmas coming up, so boxes or something like that. To just kind of chip in as everyone and just be like, all right, hey man, especially with Great One, it's more of like a contract. For the other ones, it's like a a re-signing bonus almost. But for him, it's like let's officially get your help like on the books. Where you'll be with us full time. You'll put your Keith 7 account in the clan and give us all your attention. So.
Hey Whelan,
That's a lot of Great One.
We're kind of sticking on one subject
7
here
Keiths.
at the moment. We need to continue this.
But can I say something about the
other
subject?
subjects. Yeah.
One of the biggest things I've seen in the few clan war battles I was in, everybody is having problems with listening to what they're told to do. I see guys always scattering all over, and and then everybody's hollering, "Whoa, dude, what are you doing over here? What are you doing over there?" That's part of the biggest problem I've seen.
I mean, it's not really everyone. There's some people that are good at following calls and rules, but just like to go YOLO.
I think the biggest thing is people arguing with calls, and that needs to stop.
Yeah,
I know, I
if
agree
you're
with that. I
arguing,
wholeheartedly agree with that.
if you're arguing with calls, that's gonna stop, or else some shit's gonna
I'm fine with like a brief questioning, and then I'll probably like briefly explain. But like, I typically try and explain what I'm doing anyways.
Yeah, the arguing on
No,
calls is a big deal.
I don't have a problem with any of the callers at all. It's not that. It's everybody else, and some of the guys think that they know better than the caller, and the caller's not really getting to shine, I guess you say, or fail. And everybody's going to do their own thing, and then we have an issue.
Right.
And another thing, if you're gonna request to do something and shit, keep
Just
it
ask.
down to a minimum. Don't give a whole fucking speech. Just bring it down. Basically, dumb it down.
I feel like you've got someone in mind with this one.
Yes, I do have.
Is he here?
Huh?
He is here.
He's here.
Yeah.
Oh, I know who we're talking about.
Yeah. I hate to say this, dude, and it's not just you. I'm not gonna name names, but we all
It's
know
me too.
who it is.
I don't think I know who it is, to be honest.
Okay, it's gonna be Hertz and it's gonna be Bass. Okay,
Oh.
I hate
Oh, is it Bass? Oh, that was me.
Nah.
I should talk the whole time. I'm trying to call.
I always take criticism. I don't have a problem with it, as long as I can explain myself. No problem.
Just limit it. Just basically, guys, just limit the talking and just say what you want to say, but don't say it.
Then you should be
Say
looking
what
in the
you
mirror at
gotta
your
say.
comment
I
right
don't.
now.
I still don't
Then
understand what.
then you should be looking
Let's not
in the
get
mirror
petty.
at
Let's
your
not get petty
comment
about
right
it.
Bacon.
now.
Bacon, just bacon. Just bacon. Every answer is bacon.
Next topic.
Alright,
Bacon.
next topic.
I think some callers need to work on staying calm throughout a battle.
Yeah.
And don't ask what people think they should do, because that just doesn't make any sense.
No, that's good though. I mean, it gives
do you
them
think we should
ideas.
do? I don't know, you're
Because
calling.
if you suggest you do something and then he can say, "Oh, that's fucking retarded," but he won't say that out loud, and then it says, "Okay, I can't have him go there. That's smart. I can move him." So when he asks you for what you want to do, it's kind of like a process of elimination for him. That's how you should think about it.
I'm sorry, I missed Apollo's point, but I don't understand what you're trying to say. Like, keep it to the minimum. What do you mean by that?
Wait till after the battle. Don't be trashing calls. That kind of thing.
And not only that, but if you're trying to say, "Hey, I want to go to this position," and you have to explain it, just keep it down to a minimum.
I never.
Sometimes certain situations pop up, and the caller is just busy.
Well, I did it with Whelan on Himmelsdorf. Like, he knew what I was doing.
It's really important to have a flank communicating, and it not so that it doesn't interrupt other flanks or the main caller. But yeah, definitely, you've got to have flank commanders. Even if it's just two people talking a little bit back and forth like that. Like, Ultra and I had a few little times where we were like, all right, well, where do we go? He started going off one way, I started going off one way, and we had to just reconvene, and we won that flank that way. So
yeah, and communication is good, but you know, questioning a call, asking questions about a call, that's one thing, but ridiculing the call during or after the fact, that's different.
Yeah.
Our
No,
average
yeah,
calling
that's
is a hell of a
true.
lot better than our average player skill and performance. So there are
Oh,
3 or
just
4
back
people
from
in this
that,
clan who maybe should be able to question a call. I'm damn sure not one of them. But other than that, I mean, they're calling better than we're playing.
No, I
it's
agree.
true. It's the average level of execution and player skill that needs to come up the most, and that's kind of what we need to do the most work on. It's just kind of really watching our average damages. It's a personal effort, guys. Like, we cannot like hit those shots for you. The caller can put you in the very best position. Like, Mahu couldn't put you in a better position if you join their clan. Like Knight Rider or whatever the fuck his name is could not put you in a better position. Yeah. But you've got to hit those shots. You've got to know the right ammo type to have loaded. You've got to have the right crews, the right, vehicle equipment on it and stuff like that. This is all stuff we need to get hammered out in the off season. And frankly, there's a lot of egos here, I think. And so I just hope people won't get offended when we take a very critical approach to things. We're going to, with some of you, we're gonna basically approach from square one. Pretending like you just started. Like, all right, tell me what skills you have on this. Tell me what equipment are you running on your tank, that kind of thing. So,
I'll take that advice.
Yeah, I mean, I want to do one by one breakdown. I want to assign one good player to each person that's on the problematic list of people that we think need help. Like, it's got to be an individual, personal thing with actual accountability. Sorry, Shadow, go ahead.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Something that I've noticed, not something that I think it's a small thing, but the cross talking and people getting upset about stuff while we're playing is really quite hard to deal with. Because it shouldn't be said while we're busy playing. Sort out the person afterwards. Play the game for now. Don't get upset about whatever. Don't make snarky comments, and then everybody feels like they so touched by whatever.
Don't legitimize the caller or the people playing the game.
If you've got an issue with somebody that they did during the game, go to him afterwards and tell him, listen, this and this and this you did. Please don't do it again. But shouting at somebody, they're an asshole and whatever fish-based, I've seen it a couple of times happening. But while we're playing, it really, really, really grinds a person's gears because you're trying to concentrate and then you hear all this shit over the comms.
Yeah. Also, hey guys, unless you have something pertinent to the call, don't fucking talk. Like Charlie, I'm gonna use you as an example because I know you can take it. Charlie, you talk too much during fights, right? You're just kind of like commentating. People like to commentate,
I got you. Sorry.
No, it's fine, man. It's not like you're an asshole, but it's just like people. If you don't have something pertinent to the call, don't say it at all, because it just clouds the comms and
it does
constantly. You hear people constantly saying clear comms.
See, I don't mind it as much, but I know some people that are trying to listen to the call don't really know all the names and all the voices attached to them.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you what, man. You motherfuckers that are, I'm spotted.
Yeah,
I think the next person that does that and doesn't hit the F7 key needs to be kicked the fuck out of the clan.
For the love of God, guys.
No, they'll be. I think we mute them. We mute them. We make them mute themselves in TeamSpeak. Like, you lose your mic privileges. I mean that. Learn how to communicate with your fucking radial wheel, guys. Hit Z and hold your mouse in a direction. Like, that's the easiest thing. You don't even need to hit the F keys.
You can do that.
You've got to learn to communicate better without saying anything. Like, that's how good teams play.
Well, I mean, even though, like, if you say I'm spotted and you still drop an SOS, it just lets you know, because not everybody watches the fucking map. You know that.
I had him too.
I actually had somebody make a suggestion for the F7. Sometimes it's hard to find. Some people have difficulty. I had a guy put a piece of neon tape on the F7 button. It's right there, right?
Yeah,
right.
and the caller, if whoever said, I think it was their turn. You said like, oh, you should say it. The caller should always be watching his map. Caller should always be watching his map.
Sure,
unless he doesn't react to it, then maybe say it. But that should just be that's gonna come with skill and playing together. Something we all need to do is start making friends outside of the clan and setting up fucking scrimmages, because
I think this off season will be a good time to do that. We run some skirms and start running together and making some good teams and stuff. I think we could have a good time.
The main thing to get from this, I think, is that it's not that you're shit, and like if you have an ego over it, and you feel like we're calling you out, then maybe this isn't really the clan for you, or I don't know. Like, we're trying to get tanks here. It's not that we're trying to be super. What is it? We don't hate anyone here. Like, I don't hate anyone here except for Whelan.
No, and let me add to that. I don't want to kick out. You know, there's been some calls. Oh, we got to clear house, and you know, a lot of people have said that, and I see the point to it. But I don't want to do that just yet. You know, it's certainly in the cards that we can play if we need to take drastic measures if things just don't improve before next season.
Like.
But I don't want to do that. If anyone who wants to be here, this is your free time, guys. You know, if you want to be here, we're going to work with you. I think unless I'm completely misreading, you know, the clan spirit, I think most people should be fine with that, right? Like we're all good guys. We've gotten to know each other by now. Just the point is, if you're being told you got some work to do, and that's going to be most of you, it's going to be 3/4 of the clan. Let's be honest. And like bits and pieces of everybody's game need to improve. Just don't take offense, you know, please. Like we're all friends here. I think we should have moved beyond the point where, you know, being told like you're doing this really poorly and it needs to get better. You shouldn't get offended by that.
I agree. I've got work to do. Some other guys got work to do, but I was just wanting another point to bring up was like recruitment and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys wanted to even think about it.
Oh, yeah.
But like a secondary clan or trying to get other like recruitment out of other clans. Where I came from, Ripped, there's a few guys over there, and I don't know. I know you know my ideas on that, so I don't know if you want to talk about that or not.
Hey, Special, do you think we could use 4CVR as a
It's there to be used.
Yeah, so...
Well, if we've got a clan with actual active members, you know, why don't we get everyone together in it? We should basically figure out where the best, you know, if we're going to go with this idea of a second clan to kind of spar against, we need to figure out where the best, like, infrastructure is, basically, who has the best, like, command center and all that shit, and send everyone over there, so...
I don't
that's
think
why we came over here.
we should
Whelan.
necessarily be splitting clans. The idea is, you know, there's
We want
some-
active players, but we don't want active players that don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah,
like
there's
that's the whole
you
point
know,
of this.
Exactly.
We might as well create
God
a
damn.
second team and try and raise the fucking bar as far as skill goes. You know?
Yeah, scrum against ourselves.
Exactly. We can do that.
When was the last time we've ever had a 15v15 clan training? I don't think I've ever seen that happen, but that needs to start happening regularly. Yeah.
We can do it now.
I would love to do it now, yeah. I think Ultra's got a room up.
Fuck.
Yeah, but anyways, another thing, we kind of getting off topic with this thing. It's basically out of control. We've been on this one topic for 30 minutes, mind you. Oh no, wait, 40
We're kind
minutes.
of going all over the place.
Expensive
There's only like one or two other things that I had to really bring up. So if there's nothing else, what did you want? What did you have?
Basically, who needs to stay in their positions?
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's like, I don't. I'm kind of torn on how to structure that exactly. Like, I don't want it to just be like one guy shouts out, "I think B-Dob should be demoted."
Well,
you know?
no.
I
think
Well, that's what everybody was going to lead with, obviously, right? Fine.
I don't think anybody should be demoted.
See how I covered that?
But in all honesty, what I don't know if this is just me, but you know, like for instance, Diplo, along with we need more recruitment officers because most of our recruitment officers don't recruit.
I want Whelan and
That other
Special to do
recruit
Diplo.
shares.
Actually,
Well,
no. Yeah, no, maybe.
Look, I'll tell. Look, you tell me anything you want me to do more of in terms of clan roles, and I'll do it happily. Like if you guys want me to talk to other clans, I'll do it. Come on, like that's kind of what I do for a living. So I'm like ready to fucking go. I'm a good talker.
Trust Whelan and Special.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine.
Well, as far as recruitment, we're talking about, you know, adding more to the A team. How are we going to have retainment? That's the problem. The people we're trying to recruit for the A team, they want to win.
Yeah.
Retain. I mean, we already lost Mash.
Yeah, we'll start winning.
Oh, Mashy is a clan hopper. He was never gonna stay.
That may be, but still, it's just retaining those people, and it was the same thing when with Great One and Shadow and a few other people. They would love to be here.
Tankmaster is
but
going to join
losing-
us after the next season. He's going to go
The-
over to YOLO and get a chieftain and come back.
The
Brandy
answer-
Brandy wants to come back too, although I've heard some opposition to that, so we can kind of.
If we just
Under no circumstances. I mean, Brandy as a chieftain has matured a lot.
Why would you
I'll
not
say
bring
that in
Brandy
his.
back? We got enough drama.
There's a lot of
as it
hatred
is
towards
with-
Brandy.
Brandy brings it on himself, dude.
Brandy is an active player. He listens. I mean, regardless
He's
of how you
retarded.
feel about him, he does what you say.
No,
no, he
not when I was.
He does. He does these days. I swear to God, Opik has like beaten some sense into him. He hated it over there for the first couple weeks because they were constantly picking on him. We were way too nice to
Does
him.
anybody else have a tier 9?
No, you were way too nice to him.
Well, some
Give
other
Max
people
some.
too. I can't make so.
You gotta give away that.
Well,
finally,
the officer
love.
positions are going to be very closely guarded from here on out. I think that's exactly what the point of this whole segment of the conversation is about. So,
Alright, so I'm not getting next to them.
For instance,
I mean, Shadow, you'd be one of the people I'm okay having as an XO, but you got to get in the WhatsApp chat. I mean, that's kind of the thing. We're making a requirement that you got to. Well, either that or there's another one forming, and we might use the Discord or Slack or something like that. Whatever it is, we've got to have people ready to communicate.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like, I don't know what half of our officers even do. Like,
Well,
in any
that's the
capacity.
thing. That's the
Like
thing,
what?
Whelan.
Like what do these guys do?
I see
You know?
you.
Well, for instance, I basically been
Menacing.
doing a lot of shit.
That's
trying to-
Apollo. That's not the. I'm asking a rhetorical question.
Well-
Just Whelan. Just he has.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
Like, I just don't know. Like, what are they doing as far as like trying to get people better, shit like that? You know. What do you have like envisioned for these for the roles?
Oh,
and what do
right,
you want
right,
people to
yeah.
do?
I mean, well, we have. I don't know. I think B-Dob has a. B-Dob made a list because he's like an army guy, and so I know that like. How do I say this? I know that if I do. How do I don't know. Let me say this diplomatically, okay? If I go with about 2/3 of the ways we could possibly decide an officer role, he's out of there. I understand that, but he has the list. So I mean, there is a list. We did go over it one time in WhatsApp once again, and he basically there about a quarter to half of the officers actually do their job, whether or not they know what that is exactly. They're just doing it because they're active, and
On a side note,
responsive,
Pyro's
and
commander,
they
everybody,
care.
all hail Pyro.
Maybe I would like to be charged with training.
You know what, Bass? I'm just gonna go ahead and say,
Yeah,
it, man.
no.
There's no chance, man. It's just,
No.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Sorry, dude.
I'll be honest with this. If you're no benefit to the clan as an officer, you shouldn't be an officer. You're not doing anything.
I'm kind of leaning
better.
towards like we decide who the XOs should be, and then every we just put everyone else down for now. We just wipe the ranks for now, and
Sounds good.
then like promote kind of as needed over. We spend the next couple weeks the XOs, and maybe I don't know, maybe like the one lower rank than that, the combat officers or whatever.
What do you mean? We could be personnel officers.
No, what I'm saying is we basically decide about like 8 to 10 people, I would say, who should be deciding all this stuff, and I'm okay voting on those people or whatever. I don't know how you guys wanted to do it exactly, but just like our core 8 to 10 probably, who could be XOs, and like maybe the 1 or 2 ranks below that, just to sort of get this all figured out, and then we're going to get everybody else sorted out as to where they need to be. We'll figure out what the roles are exactly, figure out who's good in those roles, and kind of assign them by committee almost. I don't want to make these decisions like a fucking dictator, because this clan's bigger than that. You guys are all independent people, so we should do it diplomatic or democratically rather. So I don't know. We got this advance starting in 15, so let's move on to the next topic. We've got how about this? Everybody just kind of think like, how do you want to do this? Like how about this? Like how about everybody send me like 3 names they would want to be in the in the list of like the core officers making these decisions. The like the exos and all that, and then like one name that you really don't think, and a reason why, if you want to go into all that. I'll sort through it all and we'll figure it out.
Wait, I got a question.
What's up?
What if we don't know nobody?
What's that?
What if we, like you said, give 3 names? What if we don't know any of these people?
Oh, then I mean, I don't
So,
mind.
you're
I mean,
telling
you
me
know.
I don't know anybody in this clan.
Right.
Then you're a follower, not a leader.
No, technically,
16 minutes
nobody
advance.
knows anybody
I
unless
mean, you know
are
Whelan.
friends with them.
I don't know. Some of us know each other pretty well.
One of us could be a serial killer, and we'd never know it.
Oh, what's the odds?
Oh, fuck, dude. What are you saying about yourself?
Eyes shift around the room. I don't know. Shut up.
Hey guys, if I am one of the guys not to be an officer, it doesn't bother me at all. I'm not here to be an officer or executive officer or whatever. I'm here to have a big challenge and skirmishes and clan war. You know, it give me some
That's good. Yeah.
sensation.
That's good. That's good.
You know.
I really don't give a shit who's in charge. As long
Nice
as I
shot,
win, I don't
Lasher.
give a fuck.
No,
Thank you.
really, you know. So I'm here just like to if I can improve the clan overall ability, I'm willing to do it. You know, I am here again just to have fun and to do my best in this clan. So if I'm an officer, not an officer, it's not gonna bother me. So because I know my limit, I know my ability, I know what can I do, what can I cannot do. That's all.
Gotcha. I mean, yeah, I understand. I appreciate that. I would say at the same time, you know, your limit is not reached right now. I think you're a pretty good player, but I've seen some things that you can improve on. So I'd like to see you sort of work with.
Wake up.
We'll figure out who. I mean, I don't know. We don't need to make assignments tonight, but I'd like to have it kind of figured out by the end of the weekend. Who's if you know, I'll say this guys, and I'll take a few on. I don't give a shit. I'll work with a few of you guys if you want. Not everyone, please. Like, you know, I was gonna say, kind of figure out who you would want to train with, and you know, on the other side of things, if you're one of the people who knows you're a trainer, you know, I don't. And be honest, you know who you are. Like, there's like probably like 15 of us, to be completely honest. Start, you know, sift through the guys who are sort of lower on the average damage list, and pick out 1 or 2 that you might feel like you could teach a thing or two. Too many twos in that sentence, but you get my point.
I've got 7 to teach you, if that's
I have
okay.
a question. I guess, Whelan. Why is Airthorn not an executive if he's the diplomat of the clan?
Oh, I don't know. The ranks are all fucked up right now. That's what I'm saying, man.
Theoretically,
Fucking B-Dub, dude.
B-Dub. It is fucking B-Dub. Thank you. No, I don't want to put too much blame on him, but he's...
I mean, I don't care.
like, theoretically, without
I'll say it.
Ultra, I mean not Ultra, without Airthorn, we wouldn't have PZB.
Somebody might have.
Very
a
true.
weird
Airthorn
thing
has done like
with power
invaluable
and
work
having
for
control.
us.
I'm not gonna name.
I mean,
names
I
or
like
anything.
B-Dub as a human being. He's a good dude. He means well. But yeah, I mean, he's kind of created his own little monster here.
Right, and that's exactly...
With people getting pissed off about
I'll tell you what, that's the number one reason I called this meeting, guys. It's to settle that, because there have been way too many issues coming out of that and all the looseness with the ranks and everything. So that, and obviously the merger had a part to play in that too. And so we're still kind of, everything was up in the air and it's all settling now. So we have a good idea of who belongs where. Like I said, it just, guys, you know, if you send me or talk to somebody, you know, you guys have your friends. Like, obviously, Apollo and Special are...
Okay, I'm unaware of what the situation is that occurred that you're discussing about B-Dub. I am clueless to any of it. So.
Oh, B-Dub kind of took... I'll tell you, I'll sum it up right now. And I'm streaming this, so he could very well be watching, so I'm not, like, saying anything that he's going to watch the video later, so he's going to hear all of this. So it's all on the table, guys, in case you didn't know that. You are being recorded, but Illinois is a one-party state, so I don't need to get your consent. Anyway,
Tennessee's not a one-party state.
I don't give a shit, dude. It's the law of the state you're in. Anyway, so real quick, just the B-Dub thing is B-Dub. Okay, so B-Dub got extremely active recruiting. He brought in like a lot of people. I mean, a number of you probably were recruited by him. I know that. And, you know, he's, because of that, I kind of rewarded him by putting him up in an officer role. At first, he was a recruiter for a while.
Started recording.
Oh boy.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Yeah, he was a recruiter for a while, and then like we basically put him up to XO because why not? Like he was pretty much the only active officer doing anything. There was a pretty inactive phase of the clan. I was a little discouraged after last Clan War season, and so it's like, all right, sure, let's see what happens. But I don't know. There's just no way around that. You've got to have respectable numbers to do certain jobs, and just B-Dub's got some work to do, So I just think that there's a lot of people who think that he's sort of jumping the line in terms of paying his dues to be EXO. As much work as he does for the clan, and we appreciate that very much, but we've just got people who are better, who's better at the game. So.
This is Charlie. I don't know if you necessarily need the stats to hold a rank, and
for EXO you do.
Yeah.
Does anyone like? What do you guys think about that? Like, am I wrong?
No, not at all.
We need our 7 and 8 KPR guys to be EXO.
Yes.
Can I have 2 minutes?
Oh, got 10 minutes left. Man.
Hey, real quick,
no, you could do 30
the
seconds.
we should only have 2 XOs. They should be Tom and they should be Arathorn. And then, Shadow and
Special?
Keith should be our
Special.
callers. Oh, special too, I guess. Yeah.
I hate
Nah,
to
now
say this,
listen,
there
hey,
has to
Special,
be at
Special and
least
Keith
one guy
should have
for
like their own
CPR
kind of thing going on.
I think Special said he might be stepping down, but definitely Apollo.
I've got some health issues on my family side, so I will, and if I need to, and Whelan needs to fill that spot or needs to assign certain things, I don't mind having to step down. Life comes first, family comes first, and then this is just a game.
Does.
Hey, man,
So,
any day.
Yeah, I agree with you, man.
Wayland, we've already had that discussion.
Yeah,
about what
yeah,
we got
absolutely.
going on.
Right,
So
I got you.
if you need me to step down, you do what you got to do for the clan.
For sure.
I
I got you.
his
Appreciate that.
position if he needs to. I'll fucking step up.
All right, real fast. It all started with the Team A team thing. I guess how often will Team B players get CWs?
Hopefully every day.
We're gonna double book the shit out of ourselves. I mean, we just have to cover not take technicals, or we're gonna be precluded from actually playing.
To get
If we can
award tanks, if you're
Oh, of course,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay. Does
Look.
attendance? I think that got answered.
Yeah.
Attendance doesn't necessarily
No,
mean which
it's not
team
the.
you're going to be.
No, exactly. That's the
Well,
thing.
here's
Okay,
the way it'll
training.
probably go down, real
Can I-
quick. For the Clan Wars, real quick, I just want to answer your question, Hertz.
Go ahead.
For the Clan Wars, we probably won't have a team all in the same team every single game. We'll probably split it 50-50 so that we don't lose every team or every game with B team, and we don't win every game with A team, because that would be just discouraging, and everyone in B team wouldn't show up. That wouldn't be fun.
Oh,
If
that
it's a
happens
game
lot
we
of
need
times.
to
I
win.
understand there's nights there, somebody's not there, tanks available,
Right.
tanks locked out. Things could dictate that or B might be playing A a couple nights in a row.
Right.
They were questions. And I this is a list. This is a list of things I took that I was listening. Training. I think we should have a training instructor, but that training instructor does what the callers think need to be taught. So the callers should get together. And I've said this before. Should come up with terms that are the same, as close to, so that we are not out there re-asking questions. Talk about clarity of the call. Clarity of the call helps the players keep their chat down. All right, so that way, it's a training room. Get it one instructor. He does what the callers would need to have done. Players need to shut up during calls. There's been also clear questions about to follow the call, yet to also think for yourself and read what I call read and react. That needs to be discussed, so the players aren't going, well, this is what I saw, and you've told me I can sometimes. And okay, I can limit my question. Can I go do this? But either way, read and react compared to following orders. Things about the players. I think you should also look at what players are good at what tanks.
That's your 2 minutes, dude.
Okay. You talked about having
Congressman, your time is up.
Yeah, well, you know what though?
Thank you, Pyro. Yeah, I was
a
looking
lot
at
of
that
the
too.
points that you're going on about, they're all easily alleviated by just working on your own game. Because see, the thing is like
I wasn't done with all my stuff.
When a caller gives you a call, he's expecting you to
Well,
be
write it
able
in
to
TeamSpeak chat.
do your job. And this is like you said, the training stuff definitely needs to happen. But It's because a lot of the games that we're losing is because guys just aren't able to actually perform, and that's the issue. It's not so much
That's
that
coming
it's
up.
a
That was
bad
the next
caller
thing in line.
or you don't understand the call or because the call's too complicated. It's just that regardless, you're gonna go over there and you're gonna die, and you're gonna get one shot, and you're gonna get, and then everybody's gonna and it's just gonna happen.
Dude, you ain't telling me anything I don't know.
All right, real quick.
Shadow, go.
Love all of you. Shut the fuck up. All right. I need. Yeah, we're running a detachment in advance. 5 minutes until it pops. I'm cutting this a little short. Love you all. I think we understand everything.
Couldn't we run
that everyone's
two?
gonna say.
No.
There's definitely enough people online.
Yeah, there's 30 people on.
I mean, I don't want to
Everyone
make
else
everyone.
wants to hop in.
Let's see.
I don't want to sacrifice this one though.
I mean, I want to leave this one alone.
Right.
People in this freaking channel right now. We
Sorry, I was busy watching a doe out the back window to shoot.
I mean, yeah, if someone else wants to just try and get one up.
Whelan, we got 35 people up
Yeah,
in this
well,
bitch.
let's get the second one for sure. So
Go ahead,
so real
special
quick,
startup.
Like, I think everyone understands the gist of everything that's been said. Like, and I'll do a training room after this, or maybe after the next one after this, or something. I don't know.
Sweet,
I'll
ready up.
see. Well, maybe not a training room, but I'll like
Red Bull
talk to
Gold
some
over
people if they want to hop down on the channel and like talk about training. Cause I think I do better on like a one-on-one or a one-on-two people. I don't do good trying to teach like 80 people how to do
Yeah.
something. So.
On training, I think the personnel officer should be in charge of coordinating that with the good players and the people that need some help. You know, if you're one of the better players, go and sign up with the PO, and same for the other players, and then let the PO match them up.
Good.
That's a good suggestion. And also, take an initiative. And if you see somebody on, say, hey, let's go do this. Ask them if they wouldn't mind. So that's another thing too, you know. And it doesn't necessarily have to be one of our 2 or 3 star players. It can be anybody that's, you know, anybody, and you can go in and experiment and try to figure things out yourself. So that's always like training rooms are always available. Just take off all your gold and crap, and you can do it for basically free.
You guys gonna be able to fill that room?
We're gonna try. I need 8 more.
Yeah, real quick.
I need a minimum of 3 more.
Yeah, can everyone that's in the one that's already in queue, if you're in the detachment that's already in queue, hop down to Battle Room 2.
1 second. Let me just wrap this up real quick by saying that we still have to decide 1 or 2 more things, and I know one of those is what to do with the Clan War gold. We have like 11,000 gold, so I want to do some like clan tourneys and pay reward tanks and stuff like that. But
I just think we just all donate to Shadow.
There we go. Well, Shadow, we were talking about giving you a caller's stipend, but we'll get more into that later.
That's the question.
No, it's fucking done, dude. It's not happening. Go fuck yourself. All right, next channel, guys.
Yeah, Battle Room 1, yeah.
Buddy left your channel switched. Buddy joined your channel. Look
at that Elo! Holy shit!
Oh, it's above 1,000.
Sexy Elo, man.
Buddy joined your channel.
B team's gonna fuck it up, dude. You know it.
Yeah, we got what is that? 11 people in here.
I hope they fill it. I mean, I really like to have 2 advances going.
Right, that'd be cool.
Okay, who else? Do we have trends?
Was trends in ours?
Start.
You're asking me to set up training rooms.
No.
No. Go into specials.
No.
Advances.
We're not setting. We won't basically decide on any. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we need to basically get our training library together. I'm talking to a few people about who I want to actually be the ones running it. I don't think that anyone who wants to just run a training room on any subject should be allowed. I think I have very specific people who I trust to do certain things. So
I'm not sure if I'm in the right channel here, Charlie.
Are you in queue for a detachment?
Yes.
Then yes.
Okay, then yes. Hey, Whelan.
Yes.
I was wondering, so I can get in contact with 2 clans. That's Nova, who we are technically allied with, but we didn't really.
Oh yeah, Nova's they're good guys.
Then we can go with what's it called?
Real quick, interrupting Apollo. Everyone here is in the queue for the advance, right?
I am.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, because if you're not, then that's an issue.
I can use Slap.
Buddy left your channel.
They're not as great, but we can use them as target practice.
Uh-huh.
But
Buddy left
we
your
can
channel.
use those two. I can get in contact. I know both commanders. I know.
I think we should just fight ourselves, because if we fight ourselves and we win
Buddy
against
joined your
We're missing
channel.
one. Oh.
each other.
Yeah, we're missing one. I don't know who.
Grace.
Buddy left
That's
your
it.
channel.
Thank you.
As long as you
Roscoe.
beat yourself, you will always win against yourself.